The mountain didn't answer Bhagiratha's first scream, only the snow answered, sliding down like it was tired of watching him suffer. He was a king with a throne waiting, but he chose a rock. A bare ledge above a silent valley where even birds refused to sing for long. Because below his name, beneath every feast and every victory, there was a stain no river on earth could wash. 60,000 ancestors, Sagara's sons, burned to ash by a sage's fury, their souls stranded, thirsting. Not for water you can cup in your hands, but for the one current that can carry regret into release. They waited in the unseen, like a crowd at a locked gate. Bhagiratha heard them in his own breath. In the thin air his lungs scraped. In the heat his skin cracked. Seasons changed around him like pages turning, and he did not move. He stood on one leg until the other felt like it belonged to someone else. He ate less than a leaf. He slept less than a blink. His mind became a single arrow. Bring Ganga. Bring her down. Let her touch the ashes. Let them rise. He wasn't bargaining for power. He was bargaining for mercy, for the dead, and for himself. Because what is a kingdom if your bloodline is still crying in darkness? At last the heavens leaned closer. Ganga heard the call. The celestial river, bright and arrogant, who danced through the worlds without ever being contained. She agreed, but with a rage hidden inside the blessing. If I descend, her current thundered, I will not trickle. I will fall with the weight of heaven. Let the earth bear me if it can. Bhagiratha's heart stuttered. He had begged for a river, not an apocalypse. He looked down at the fragile world, trees like matchsticks, villages like scattered grains, the bones of his ancestors waiting like dry dust. If Ganga arrived full force, she would tear the land open like cloth. His devotion would become destruction. So Bhagiratha did what devotion does when it realizes it is not enough. He went to Shiva. Not to the gentle Shiva people paint on walls, but the Shiva who sits beyond pride. Matted hair like storm clouds, throat holding poison, eyes that can burn a universe and still look like compassion. Bhagiratha bowed until his forehead knew the taste of stone. Mahadev, he whispered, I asked for salvation. I have summoned a flood. If Ganga falls as she promises, my penance will become a sin. Catch her. Hold her. Give the earth a way to drink what the heavens pour. And then it happened. The sky split, not with lightning but with sound, the roar of a river that had never met resistance. The air turned heavy, as if the world itself was holding its breath. Spectacle. A vertical torrent dropped from heaven like a world-ending blade, a single shining column aimed at the crown of creation. For a heartbeat, everything looked too small. Then Shiva lifted his head. He did not raise a weapon. He did not chant a long spell. He simply offered his hair, those wild jatas, coiled with the patience of ages. Ganga struck, and instead of shattering the earth, she vanished into Shiva's locks, swallowed by curls of divine darkness. The unstoppable became contained. The furious became quiet, trapped, not by force, but by mastery. Inside his hair she raged, she twisted, she searched for an exit, like pride finding itself inside humility. Shiva smiled, just slightly. And when he released her differently. Not as a single annihilating fall, but as many living streams, branching, circling, learning the shape of the world. From Shiva's hair, Ganga flowed as controlled rivers, spreading like blessings that finally understood gentleness. Bhagiratha ran beside the current, not as a king, but as a servant of his own prayer. Through forests, over stones, past startled villages, the river followed him, because now she was not proving her power, she was fulfilling his love. At last, she reached the place of ash. The ground drank. The silent ancestors stirred, as if a door had opened in a house long sealed. The sons of Sagara rose, not in bodies but in light, released from their waiting. The thirst ended. The lineage breathed. Bhagiratha fell to his knees, soaked and shaking. In that water was something more than a river. It was the lesson that devotion alone can call a miracle, but only surrender can keep it from becoming a disaster. And that is why Ganga is holy, because she is not just heaven descending, she is heaven disciplined by Shiva, so grace can touch the earth without breaking it.